Police have teamed up with a group some may consider an unusual partner to combat street racing. Revscene, a group dedicated to everything hot in the enhanced auto industry, is working with police to discourage street racing and aggressive driving. As Catherine Pope reports, they set up an enticing display of horsepower in Richmond today, appealing to young drivers while delivering an important message.
These are some of the hottest cars around, and about 1,000 of them showed up at a Richmond parking lot to strut their coolest stuff.
It's not always about speed.
Why do they spend so much souping up their cars?
It's all about image, right?
In fact, many of these car owners told us they often get challenged to street races, but choose to ignore it. Nobody? You don't street race?
No, it's dangerous and expensive. You spend all this money on modifications and then you're paying out $400 a ticket.
Right. It's not worth the consequences.
Yeah. What's that?
It's not worth the consequences.
The consequences, the deaths and injuries seen over and over again in the last few years. But lately, tougher penalties for drivers, a jail term for the accused in the street racing death of Constable Jimmy Eng, and deportation for the 2 men convicted of killing Irene Thorpe. What about these court cases recently and the kinds of punishments that are being handed out? Is that making any difference, do you think?
I think it is, yeah, definitely. People are getting more educated about it, and they're learning that the enforcement is coming through strong.
Plus, the RCMP is making inroads into the car-modifying communities by coming to events like this.
If I can convince one person at this whole event to not street race at some point in their life, then I've done my job.
And those opposed to street racing are passing the word. Guys like Ross Mobb, who has spent about $75,000 on his Toyota Supra and its modifications.
It's strictly for cruising, you know. I'm not much of a racer, you know. There's too many car accidents going around involving street racing, so I try to avoid that crowd entirely.
Mobb simply likes showing off his baby and claims the only time he's gotten a speeding ticket was driving his mother's car.